Once there was a jolly, flexible man who skipped a stone into his favourite lake. The stone hit a duck, which flew away splashing a bear, who in turn yelled and scared some critters up a dead tree. The tree fell next to an archer, who accidentally held his arrow over a fire and then launched it into the air. The arrow hit a tree, instantly setting it ablaze and startling a pilot overhead. The pilot fell and launched the missiles into the lake. A few minutes later, a friendly duck swam up as these words appeared. The Duck Show with Ryan and Spencer.
What? Nervous? Don't be nervous.
Hey guys, welcome to the Duck Show. I'm Spencer.
I'm Ryan.
And today, we're going to be reviewing Toy Story. Alright Ryan, you can start us off here.
Okay, Toy Story used to be my favorite Pixar movie. It's fantastic. It's a really great Pixar movie. My favorite thing about it is the idea, just like Monsters, Inc. And also, another thing I love about it is that it's the very first three-dimensional animation ever created, which was a huge thing. And I love its animation, even though it's not really great back then. It's pretty good it's way good for its time, and I love it. My favorite character is Buzz, because he's so cool. Or maybe Woody, I don't know, they're both really cool. What do you think?
Buzz is my favorite. He's my favorite Pixar character in the world.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just such a cool toy, and the first Toy Story is so hilarious.
It is really funny. After you've seen a movie way too many times, sometimes the jokes, you don't really pay attention to them because you've heard it so much. But if you really think about the jokes, they're really funny in Toy Story.
Yeah, I've seen it ever since I was little, so I never got the jokes, and they just seemed so normal to me. Anyway, I'd just like to talk about, first about Toy Story. I'd like to mention, stop. I'd like to mention its great storyline. Okay, plus its idea, they kind of tie in together actually. Since these toys come to life when you play with them and they need you to play with them, that's how they, that's how they're happy.
Well, this is kind of something we're guessing though. Because, we don't really know this, but, we've talked about this before, and we're kind of guessing, the only way they come alive is if the children, imagine them to be, they're what children imagine them to be like.
Yeah, well, I don't think they really thought of anything, but anyway. So, since...
That's what I think.
Oh, okay. Well, we've talked about that, but I don't think... Anyway, I think that after Woody and Buzz get separated from the person that plays with them,
and
usually if you ever imagine your toys coming to life, picture, oh man, I'm going to stop playing with them because I'm probably hurting them if I'm throwing them around. Turns out, they love it. They love being played with, apparently, and, not too rough like Sid, but anyway, so when they get separated from Andy, that's something that, they really, they try to get back to him, but Buzz doesn't understand, because he's thinking that he's actually a real Space Ranger, which is kind of funny.
Okay, something that, sorry to interrupt here, but something that always bugged me about Buzz thinking he was a real Space Ranger is if he didn't think he was a toy, then why did he hold still, not move when Andy played with him? That's just one thing that always bugged me. It doesn't really matter.
I noticed that too. Maybe he thinks that he's supposed to, maybe he thinks that he's supposed to play dead whenever that crazy monster comes to go.
Maybe it's just toy instinct.
Or, yeah, maybe that too.
Maybe.
But I always just pictured him being like, oh no, he's coming, play dead.
Okay. Okay then.
Anyway, I love this movie. It was one of the best movies back then. It was one of the best movies back then, and it still is today.
Yeah, it is, really. Even though it's not my favorite Pixar movie, it is definitely on my list of my favorites. It's my probably third favorite.
Yeah.
probably my third favorite. Monsters Inc., Monsters University, and Toy Story. It's so classic. It's probably the one they worked the hardest on because that animation was so new. And
it's my third favorite too.
Okay, so let's give it our ratings. I give it 100.
100. I give it 100.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our first full out 100% movie. And
I mean, apparently there were like things that weren't perfect, like, but that's because it's like it was so long ago, so you can't take credit away from it because of its time period that it came out in.
You mean like the animation?
Like, no, I'm just talking about like some things that just kind of seem cheesy, but that was so normal back then, and you can't take away credit for that.
Okay, we better wrap it up.
Alright.
Leave in the comments what you think we should rate, and honestly, tell your friends about this show. Those few people who actually subscribed, we need people to watch. Yeah, we know the editing sucks and the visual and audio, but if we get a lot of views, we can get a new camera and
if you're watching
do it better.
this and you really want us to do a different movie,
yeah, if you like the show,
if there's a movie that nobody has reviewed, then ask us and maybe we'll do it.
We're gonna do all different genres. We won't do rated R movies, but like we'll do anything from like horror to comedy to anything.
Alright, everybody, thanks for watching. See you later.
We gotta go. See ya.